Welcome to Slide the Sauce. We're back. Episode 13.
That's a lucky number.
We got the chicken back in on the podcast.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. We're rocking the Slightly Sauce merch. We're using different things yet again. The same mic that I used for the AVN that you're seeing going on. Oh, you're not seeing going on.
I paused it.
On. No, that's my fault.
Oh.
I reset it.
Sorry.
That you're seeing that we just recently did interviews, which were fucking scary.
They were a little scary.
It was scary in the moment, and then I felt like the more I was doing it, the more discouraged I was getting.
So awkward to be a beginner at anything. It's so lame.
Yeah.
Especially with your perfectionist mindset. You're like, why am I not killing it right out of the box right now?
And that's how I feel. I'm like, I get so discouraged in that moment where I'm just like, is this something I even want to do? Like, why am I even doing this right now? Mm-hmm. And then like, it would suck too, because while I'm interviewing them, I'm like brain frozen. My brain, I'd be like, all right, this is what I'm going to ask them. And then I'll ask them this question after that. And then the second I get to it, I'm like, well, hi.
Do you like bread?
Yeah. I'm like, it was so awkward and uncomfortable, but.
It was funny because at first, like, he was telling me how he was nervous. So I'm like, no, like, it's going to be fine. It's good. Like, you got this. It's going to be easy peasy. You're going to just flow and go. And then when it was his turn to be like, okay, now you do an interview, I was like, wait, hold on. Wait a second. I'm scared, buddy.
I felt like yours came so natural too. Like yours was just so much more natural, just like interview style, talking style. Like everything was just like flowing and going.
Thank you.
And I'm like,
I honestly think a lot of it has to do with like being in the restaurant industry for so long. Like,
yeah, I guess
I have to pull it out of my ass if I don't feel like talking to someone, whether that be because I'm nervous or I'm tired or hungover, you know, like I have to give my best like personality, you know? Mm-hmm. So I feel like that kind of helped, like retail, restaurant. I'm an esthetician. So like, I don't know. I feel like interacting with people has been my job for a really long time. So
I don't know why I get so frozen, but that happens with me and you, just normal conversation. Like you ask me like, what's your favorite
like, what's
color?
Your favorite memory of something? And he's like,
I'm like, I was just born yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why my brain, I'm like, what am I lacking some sort of like brain function?
Sort of brain. I don't know.
Like something is misfiring to where I'm like, you ask me that question and everything shuts off.
I feel like a lot that probably happens to a lot of people. And in my head, my theory is
I need Adderall.
No, you don't need Adderall because then you'd just be annoying and you'd be like, you'd be trying to interview somebody and they'd be like, do you need me for this conversation? Like, or you got this?
But maybe that's what it does to people like you who already have it, who already are like talkers anyways. But somebody who doesn't have it and like aren't really a talker like myself, maybe it'll give me that extra boost to be like, boom, slow and flow and like, but to the point, know what I want, know what I'm going to say. Like,
I'm not an advocate.
Any Adderall dealers out there?
No, do not listen to this man. You're going to get flagged on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to get flagged on YouTube again. But yeah, it was nerve-wracking and it was interesting. And I felt like a baby. Like I felt like a little baby at the AVNs. Like everybody has their titties out. And I had like my little G-string strings. I was like, is this good? Like,
she was trying to be hookery style.
No, I was trying to blend. I was trying to be immersed in the experience.
You can't blend in with hookers.
Apparently, I guess I did.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to get pimped out.
Right.
So,
I was so fucking heated. Go ahead.
I thought, here I am, walking around, doing my thing. I'm following Zach, noodling. And this girl comes up behind me and she's like, can I take a picture with you? And I was like, me? I was like, why? I was like, does she think I'm somebody? Like a performer or something? And she asked me if I was. And I was like, no. And she's like, oh, well, you're just so pretty. Like, I just want to take a picture with you. And I was like, oh, you know, I thought it was odd, but girls are really friendly. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So yeah, she's like, oh yeah, like I do OnlyFans and I make so much money and this, and her like man was with her and he's just like, yes, we do make a lot of money. And
yeah, and he was like talking to me too, like
they're both like pitching to us separately about all the money they make and we should do it too. Well, I don't know if he said that to you, but she said that to me. You know, you should do what we do because I was telling her what I do and she's like, oh, well, you would make way more money if you do this, and you should do this with, like, I'm going to introduce you to our manager. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking like, oh, like maybe he'll be able to like get on camera with us or like answer some questions about something. And like I was just thinking like, oh, like content, like we'll be able to ask. He's probably like at a booth. Like he probably has a booth set up or something. I'm like, okay, this will be cool. Mm-hmm. And we go over and it's just like this fucking crusty looking dude. And all of a sudden, like I look around and we're surrounded. Like, I don't know if you noticed that. Like we were like surrounded by like couples. And then the crust is like, yeah, well, I'm a manager and blah, blah, blah. And, you can make this amount of money. And like, she pulls up her like invoice. What would that be? The invoices, I guess, for whatever word.
Some fucking screenshot.
Yeah, like the screenshot or receipts of the money that she made. And I'm like, oh, dope. And he's like, yeah, well, you should do it. And I'm like, well, I'm like kind of like, this isn't a booth.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, yeah, I would only do it if I was with him. And he's just over in the background, like, I'm like, oh God, this is God. I gotta escape. But they literally surrounded us. Like I felt like we were getting like checked out. Like
yeah, we were like in a fucking
inspection circle.
Mm-hmm.
And
he was in like a fucking like green outfit. He looked like fucking Cat Williams.
He didn't look like a manager, basically. Like nothing about it seemed like a manager, professional, like something that would make somebody who was interested like feel safe and secure. Like it was not a comfortable position.
And then you asked him, you're like, oh well, what's your social? Like,
I was like, do you have a card? Because I'm trying to dip. I'm like over this conversation. I'm like, okay, you have a card. I'll call you. Mm-hmm. Don't call me. And he's like, oh, I don't have one of those. We're kind of like underground. And I'm like, underground.
Right.
Literally underground in a cave with cages. I've seen Taken. But the average person doesn't like really go out of their comfort zone, I feel like, on a daily basis. So like doing something like that was like definitely out of the comfort zone. It was like scary. But it's like, why is it scary? Like none of those people are like realistically thinking like, we're not going to die in there. No one's out to get us. No one's going to hurt us. That's really like, what other horrible thing could happen?
So like the emotions that I go through of doing that is just like hating on myself. Like I'm not necessarily worried about like what other people think. I feel like I'm kind of good at blocking that out, but I'm my worst critic. I feel like I hate myself more than anything because I'm just sitting there like, I'm like, oh my God, you're fucking stuttering. Like you're and then when I think about it, I'm like, I would never say that to like my little brother or something,
Yeah. Or like anybody that was stuttering, you wouldn't be like,
learn to speak. Like, but that's me. That's what's going on in my brain. I'm like, freeze. Like when I freeze up or like forget what I'm about to say, like then I'm like, you're such a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Fear of rejection is funny because like, if you go back to like instinctual brain, yeah, like the only reason that you're scared is because you think someone's gonna, like you're scared of danger. Like you don't want to go to a new tribe because they might kill you or eat you.
I don't know. It's hard to believe all that stuff is still like in us.
I think our instinctual brain is very much there. Like we ourselves haven't changed as much as our environment in the past 50, 100, 150, 200 years. Like humans are the same parts. Everything still works the same way. It's the external things that affect us now because our external has changed so much in such a short amount of time. Like we're animals, our animal bodies, our animal brains, our animal spirit is, working to keep up with all the change that's happened around us. And then like, nothing, some things don't really make sense. And I think it's because our brains and bodies have always been the same. Like we're the same animals trying to fit into this like super advanced world where now our dangers aren't so much getting killed or eaten by a lion or attacked by a cannibalistic tribe. We just, crave more acceptance.
I feel like the generations below us are changing though. Like they don't have, like we're getting further and further away from that instinctual like feelings.
But at the same time, I don't think that means the cancellation of like the fear of rejection, I feel like it's probably even greater for them now. Because they do feel inclined maybe to like be a part of this TikToking, being seen all the time. But that comes from a place of like, they want to be accepted. They don't want to be rejected. So much has changed. Like we have advanced, our external has like changed so much.
Short amount of time.
Yeah. But we are still the same. And our brains are trying to cope with all this new stuff and these new like ways of connecting, and it's weird.
But yeah, the AVNs, it's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be fucking titties falling from the ceiling, basically. That's I didn't know what I thought it was going to be wild, like partying, like
I don't know.
Scene. I don't know.
I thought there was, I just, because I knew, you know, obviously I've been wanting to go for years, but I just never had like a reason to go. And I never had anybody to go with either. Like everybody, all my friends were like, "Oh, I'm not going to that." Although they watch porn every fucking day. I'm like, stop making it weird. Like we're not gonna be fucking perverts hidden in the corner. We're just gonna go to an event. Like it's not weird about it.
Yeah, I think I would like to go to like an after party. Like we didn't go to any of the after parties. I think that would have been really fun. Like they had an all white party somewhere. I think that was Resorts World, but like that would have been dope. And I feel like that's probably where I would have seen maybe what I thought I was going to see.
But yeah, the expo itself, I was like, I just thought it was going to be more like events and little like giveaways and like just like shit going on. It was just, but yeah, it was just like women hanging out at like a little table, basically get an autograph. I don't know. I'm just not into like porn stars like that. So I'm like, I don't care to even have your autograph. Like I respect what you do, but I'm like, I'm not, what the fuck am I going to do with an autograph? Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I get that. But like, yeah, like some people like saw a whole bunch of like old guys just lined up, like so hype. You know what was crazy to me? Like the people who were like doing like photos with them and they'd be like grabbing on their titties and stuff like that, which I'm sure they had permission because the people, the stars were like welcoming of it. But I feel like I feel so noodly about doing that. Like even when you and I went to Hustlers, the strip club, I was like, I'm always like trying to, I mean, you should always ask permission if you want to touch somebody. But
nuh-uh. Not at the strip club. Smack the ass, throw the money.
No, you gotta
throw
ask.
the money first. Throw the money. I'm at a strip club at the stage and I'm going to ask if I could slap your ass.
I feel like I would feel so awkward. I can't do that. No, I don't know.
No,
I feel like
if you have at least $3 in your hand, shove it in their fucking G-string and smack a little butt cheek. It's the rules of
I'm
the strip
scared.
club.
I'm nervous. What if they get mad at me?
They might though.
But that's what I mean. I'm like,
the risk. I don't
want to take the risk.
I'm not going to take the risk of being like, can I smack your ass? Like that is such a creepy thing to say.
No, it's not.
While the girl's titties are out and I could see her butthole. It's a creepy thing to say. That's just a weird little like. Like what? No.
I don't know. I felt weird. Even like throwing the money, because like obviously we got there, I wasn't as drunk as I was when we left. So like in the beginning, I'm like,
I know I'm trying to tell. I'm like, smack her ass, and she was like, I don't want to. I can't.
I'm scared.
Oh yeah, I'm scared.
I'm scared. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Disrespectful. She got her butthole in my face. That's pretty disrespectful.
That's on her own accord.
Well, I didn't ask for her to plant her fucking dirty ass dingleberries on my face.
There's no dingleberries in Hustlers.
I guarantee
you're gonna get your membership card revoked for that comment.
I paid for it. You can't. What else we got for the AVNs?
We had some really cool like demos of products.
Yeah, the old couple was cool, and then we had the other one.
What was the whoopee wipe? Tell the public.
I'll just show the public.
It's called whoopee wipes. So we've invented a new way to clean up after sex. We use dehydrated, pure cotton towels that are sterile. When you put them into our device, you close the lid, it punches both of the towels into this tray. The tray retracts back into the device and it gets hydrated with 160 degree temperature water, about the temperature of a cup of coffee. Then it ejects and it provides his and hers towelettes for cleanup after sex. No chemicals, biodegradable, just cotton and water. When you're all done, you throw it away. A little wipe down, and you never have to get out of bed. You don't have to get up to clean up.
What was your name again?
I'm Johnny. I'm the owner. I'm the inventor.
You're the owner? Thank
I
you.
am.
Johnny, Zach, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
That was an awesome presentation. I love it.
Thank you very much for stopping by, you guys.
That guy was so nice.
Yeah, he was really cool. It's a cool little concept.
Hell yeah. I feel like it should definitely be on the set of every like porn set. Like these like preset little heated wipes. It's fucking awesome.
Could be good.
Oh, I got masturbated.
Oh, you
I
did
played Fappy Bird. That was interesting.
Yeah, you got freaking buzzed to the moon.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to take off in his face.
So we had to like, you have to press the button to make him fly up and down between the obstacles. And so every time I pressed, or the more I pressed, what do you even call those things? It's like a vibrating saddle.
Yeah,
Like,
basically. Yeah.
So I straddled this saddle thing and I have to press the little bird. And the more I pressed it, the more the thing vibrated. And that thing, my fucking brain cells were vibrating. Like my toes.
I should have sat on it.
You should have sat on it. But I wonder if like, probably wouldn't feel like anything for you.
I mean, it's not going to be like.
But then, yeah, the guy was like, you want to see something? Like the guy who was like in charge of it. And then he just goes on the screen. And I was like, ah! Like the meme of the reel of the two fish. They're like,
Yeah.
ah! 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 That was me.
Or the Home Alone 2 guy when he's.
I think that's the same audio.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was me.
But yeah, overall, AVNs was cool. Good experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never do it again.
Maybe unless there's something really cool going on.
No, unless AVN wants to like sponsor me or something or give me like free tickets, then I'll go.
Mm-hmm. Or give you like a job on stage. Or hand you that wad of cash. Like that one guy won.
That would be cool. Yeah, I guess they did do like that giveaway shit. They did do a couple raffles. I don't know. Maybe I just went.
We only went for one day.
It was very crammed. It was very crammed. It was very weird. It was just very smelly.
I was about to say, if anybody that's working for the AVNs is watching this, we got to install a ventilator or something.
Hand out deodorant.
It like literally did not smell good in there.
No.
Like at all. Like it was kind of like bad.
Well, can you think about it? Like these people are coming out of their basements for this event. This is like the first and only time they get out for the year to come out.
Some people definitely looked like that.
Could you imagine? Like you have to be polite to your fans, but some of these motherfuckers are crusty.
Yeah.
And then you got to like play the role like you can't be a bitch, Because then you're gonna they're gonna be like, well, you're gonna ruin their whole life. They might go.
They're gonna ruin their whole life. Oh, no.
Some people somebody might go home and like actually commit suicide.
A lot of those people, like imagine like all the stars that had like their stalkers there.
And like too nervous to even approach them, but just like in the vicinity.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's our podcast today. Talked about the AVNs. You could check out the video.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Yeah, it's not as in depth as I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, first interviews.
Yeah, I think you did a good job, and I'm really happy that you stuck to your guns and like followed through with it, and I think you did a great job.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Ask permission to touch these.
Deuces.